In the previous video, we looked at masculine and feminine third declension nouns. Here we're going to focus on neuter third declension nouns. Just a review of some of the nouns that we looked at last time. And with these nouns in the third declension, it's good to learn the nominative and the singular nominative and the singular genitive cases. Just because this declension is a little more complicated than those that we've looked at already. And so we discussed that in the previous video, but here are the nouns that we looked at. So we looked at the declensions of a masculine third declension noun, homo, hominis, and a feminine third declension noun, pax, passus. Homo meaning man, person, pax meaning peace. Now we come to the neuter nouns, and third declension neuter nouns follow a somewhat different paradigm, the difference being the accusative case. With these neuter nouns, the accusative singular ending is the same as the nominative ending. So for example, you'll notice corpus in the nominative singular, that means body. The accusative also corpus. Caput means head, nominative singular. Accusative singular also caput. Okay? So the accusative singular ending is the same as the nominative ending, and the plural nominative and accusative endings follow the pattern of the second declension neuter plurals. And so we look at the nominative plural, corpora, bodies, the accusative plural, corpora. So you notice that in both cases the nominative and the accusative are the same, okay? But a potential tripping point here is that, for example, if you look at corpora and see that a ending, then you may think, oh, well, that's a first declension noun in the nominative singular, right? And so this is just something that we have to work with. And as we've said a bunch of times, Latin requires us to pay attention. And so there we have corpus and caput declines. Let's look over at the box there. So notice that corpus, body, in the nominative and accusative cases looks just like a second declension masculine noun. So for example, discipulus, so you have that us ending. So if you see corpus, you might think second declension noun, dominus, filius, etc. So we have this example, hoc est corpus meum, hoc est corpus meum. This is my body, right? So corpus. Corpus in the nominative case, because corpus is doing the action of the verb, that is, of being, right? So in that first example, corpus is in the nominative case. Look at the second example, nolite timere eos qui occidunt corpus, right? Don't fear them who kill the body. We saw that verb last time, occidunt, they kill, right? Corpus. In this case, corpus is receiving the action or the potential action of being killed, right? So in this case, corpus is in the accusative. Okay, so let's put these nouns next to each other. So we have masculine, homo, hominis. We have an example of the feminine, pax, passus. And then next to that we have two examples of the neuter. Okay, and you'll notice that the difference, well, of course, the nominative cases, the endings, there are many, many different endings, okay? But once we get past the nominative, we notice that the accusative is where the differences are, okay? And then we notice that with the neuter nouns, the nominative and the accusative are the same. Okay, so let's practice. Here we just have three sample sentences that we'll practice. Numbers 1 through 9, we looked at those in the previous video, so we have just three practice sentences here. Number 10, da mihi caput Ioannis Baptistai. Da, that's the verb dare, to give. Do, I give. Das, you singular give. Dat, he, she, it gives. Da here, this is the imperative, right? So da mihi, give me caput, the head, Ioannis Baptistai, the head of John the Baptist. So caput, and we have it there on the bottom left, the accusative singular, kaput, because the kaput, the head, is receiving the action of being given. So in that case, kaput is in the accusative case. So give to me the head of John the Baptist. 11. Cor eorum longe est a me. Cor, that's the word for heart, right? So heart in the nominative singular. Let's go back and take a look here where cor is. We see it's a third down on the left. It's a neuter noun. So cor in the nominative, cordis in the genitive singular. So cor eorum longe est a me. Cor, heart, eorum, there, longe, far, est, is, a, from, me. So their heart, cor eorum, their heart is far from me, is how we would translate that. So cor there would be in the nominative singular because the cor there is doing the action of being again. It's far from me, right? But the cor is still doing the action of being far. So cor is also in the nominative singular. 12. Diliges dominum deum tuum ex corde tuo. Diliges, you will love, you shall love. Dominum deum, we've seen that before, the Lord your God, or dominum deum tuum, that tuum there is yours, the Lord your God. So you shall love the Lord your God ex corde tuo. Ex out of, from, corde tuo. So that tuo is yours. So you shall love the Lord your God from, out of, or I guess in English we would say with your heart, right? You shall love the Lord your God with your heart. So we see that de ending there. Let's go back and look at it. So we see that the genitive singular of cor, cordis, so there's the C-O-R-D, okay? And then when we decline that, we go here and we look on the left, and we see the E ending there, so that following the D, we add that E, which then puts it in the ablative case. Now, as we've said before, prepositions will take either the accusative or the ablative case, and so that preposition there, ex, also requires the ablative case. Okay, so there's cor, cordis, in the ablative. You shall love the Lord your God with your heart.